Hello everyone. In this video, we'll use a post-process material to simulate a glass shattering effect. As we can see in the preview, it generates many crack-like lines, similar to glass fractures, along with a subtle shaking feel. Of course, using only a post-process material cannot simulate the physical dropping of shattered glass fragments. To achieve that, we need to combine it with chaos physics or separate meshes. But if we only need the visual look of cracked glass, the post-process approach is very simple and effective. So let's get started. We don't need any external assets for this video. Everything is done through nodes inside the post-process material. For preview, we use the HDRI backdrop plugin. Search for HDRI in the plugins window and enable it. After that, we can find HDRI backdrop in the content browser and drag it into the level to generate a 3D cube map environment, which works perfectly as a preview background. Now let's build the glass crack effect. Create a material and set its material domain to post-process. Add a vector noise node and set its function to Voronoi. We only need its B channel, Z-axis. Uncheck the other two channels and connect it for preview. We'll see a black and white Voronoi pattern. Then add a screen position, multiply it by a tiling value. Default set to 8. And add a time-driven offset to simulate the shaking motion when glass breaks. If we don't want shaking, just set the speed to 0. The shake intensity can be very small, for example, 0.02. Since the processed UV is 2-channel while position is 3-channel, use an append vector to add a Z channel, set to 0, and feed it into the vector noise. This gives us an irregular cellular mass pattern, which is the core of our effect. Use this mask as the alpha of lerp. For input A, we create screen refraction. Multiply the mask by a small intensity, like 0.1. Then use TextGord add to scene texture. Post-process input 0. Finally connect to input A. For input B, we want bright highlights along the crack edges, so we need to extract the edges of the mask. We use a morphological edge detection method. Dilation minus erosion shift the UV in multiple directions, 8 directions, including diagonals, with plus or minus 0.01 offsets. Take the maximum and minimum of all shifted results and subtract the minimum from the maximum to get the edge mask. To keep things organized, use a named reroute declaration node called UV to reuse the UV value. After doing all shifts, compute the overall max and min, subtract them, and we'll get the edge. This is a long and repetitive sequence of steps. Let's fast forward a bit. Add offsets in different directions to the UVs. All other nodes are the same. There are a total of 8 output directions. Let's first take the maximum value, and then take the minimum value. Of course, we cannot forget the original UV output, which also participates in taking the maximum and minimum values. Yes, that's how we get the edge mask. It might look faint at first. Simply boost the intensity and the edges become clear. Name this output edge. Multiply edge by a color vector, like white with intensity 5, and connect to input B. Remember that the color in scene texture is 4-channel, so use a component mask to keep only RGB channel. Okay, that completes the simple glass shattering effect. Apply the material to a post-process volume, and we'll see the basic refraction distortion and edge highlights. If the highlight isn't strong enough, create a material instance and increase the intensity to 100. The edges will pop nicely. That's the complete crack effect. No external textures required. Simple yet practical. The core technique is edge detection via UV shifts, a common method in post-process materials, often used for edge highlights or scene edge detection. If we want a smooth transition, fading in the effect, add another lerp where input A is the original scene texture, post-process input 0. Input B is the cracked result, and alpha is controlled by a parameter. In the material instance, we can animate the amount from 0 to 1 to reveal the effect gradually. We can also expose parameters for shake intensity, speed, UV tiling. For an extra shake feel, we can add a camera shake in the level blueprint. Create a default camera shake blueprint. Set location amplitude to 50, frequency to 10, rotation amplitude to 10, frequency to 10. Set duration to 0 for infinite shaking. In the level blueprints begin play, call play world camera shake with that blueprint and a large inner radius. When we play, the camera will shake, making the glass break effect even more convincing. Okay, so that's all for this video. We've simulated a glass shatter effect with a simple post-process material and a camera shake. I hope you liked it. Bye.